In the depths of our solar system, beyond the gas giants and far from the warmth of the sun, lies a planet that has eluded our understanding for centuries. A planet shrouded in mystery, with an icy blue hue that emanates an otherworldly beauty. This is Neptune, the 8th planet from the Sun, and a world that holds the secrets of an alien realm. But what would life be like on Neptune? With its icy temperatures, violent winds, and an atmosphere laced with toxic gases, living on this distant planet would be a harrowing and treacherous endeavor for any form of life. So, what would it be like to live on Neptune? This is But You Know, and you're watching Live on Other Planet. First predicted in 1781 by using only math, Neptune is a distant ice giant. Earning its name from the Roman god of the sea for its deep blue color, Neptune lies 2.7 billion miles away. Plus, upon Pluto's planetary demotion in 2006, Neptune is our solar system's most distant planet. But what would it be like living on Neptune? Similar to most planets, Neptune is a volatile world with no solid surfaces. Besides, the desolate planet is no place for human life. However, let's use our imagination and pretend that we have the tools needed to inhabit Neptune. Now, similar to living on other planets in the outer solar system, your new planet has no solid surface. Therefore, living on Neptune will require constructing a bubble-like dome in the upper atmosphere. But the dome will require tremendous strength to shelter you from deadly winds. Wind and chills encompass all Neptune regions, but the northern parts are slightly more favorable. Our only close encounter with Neptune happened with Voyager 2 in 1989. Despite the few missions, data indicates the southern region is home to the most extreme weather. Finally, living on Neptune will require advanced water technology systems. Frigid temperatures and sparse sun energy mean most substances, including water, are frozen. Now it is believed that liquid water may exist far below Neptune's surface. However, the likely deadly pressures are well worth avoiding. During your newly shortened day, you venture out to explore. At 97,000 miles around, Neptune is not easily explored in a single day. Not to mention, your planet is mostly wild winds and deadly storms. Not necessarily a sightseeing dream world. Yet living on Neptune does have one infamous landmark. Technically, your new home's day is only 16 hours and 6 minutes. Not so bad, right? However, not having solid surfaces means different parts of your planet rotate at varying speeds. Visiting central regions introduces 18-hour days. On the bright side, your new typical workday is 5 hours. In other words, the 9-to-2 grind is now your daily routine. Journeying into the southern parts, you encounter the Great Dark Spot. First discovered by Voyager 2, the Dark Spot is a gigantic storm, big enough to fit your previous home planet, Earth. But with recorded wind speeds of 1,500 miles per hour, you keep a safe distance. Approaching dinner time, you decide to return home. Although with nearly zero sunlight, your days and nights are both permanently pitch black. Surprisingly, your sky shows 6 rings. Made of dark, dusty materials, your rings remained unseen until the 1980s. Paling in comparison to Saturn's beautiful ring system, you are still in utter awe. Plus, astronomers believe your rings will be rather temporary. So your move has happened at a special time. Now, after enjoying the rings, your telescope turns to your 14 known moons, including Triton, your largest moon. Triton spins in the opposite direction of its planet, and is the only large moon to do so. Ultimately, captured by Neptune, Triton once wandered aimlessly through the solar system. Deemed one of the coldest places in the solar system, Triton's surface is minus 391 degrees Fahrenheit. Also, one of the few currently geologically active moons, Triton has volcanoes. Yet observing the volcanoes from a safe distance, you instantly notice that they are unusual. Shimmering geysers of nitrogen and ammonia gas burst 5 miles into the sky. Finally, you enjoy a spectacular view of neighboring planets. As opposed to Earth, the previously hard-to-see planets are now your night sky staples. Though still distant, Uranus becomes slightly more visible, especially under such clear, dark skies. Even the tiny former planet Pluto is in play. Now, only a few 100 million miles away, Pluto is similar to Earth to Jupiter. Pluto's micro-size still proves difficult to see, yet much easier than your formerly 4.6 billion mile feat. Living on Neptune, your new calendar year will be a massive of change. One single year on your new planet is more than 60,000 Earth days long. Actually, in 2011, your planet completed only its first orbit since its discovery in 1846. Basically, if you left Earth upon retiring at 65 years old, you are now less than 1 year old. Cue Frank Sinatra's "You Make Me Feel So Young." In fact, your first birthday party will not occur for another 24,000 days. So keep in mind that your Dora the Explorer-themed party may seem rather foolish and outdated by then. However, you now move quite sluggishly, even for a toddler. Living on Neptune means 10% more gravity than Earth. Body weight, running speeds, and weightlifting abilities are now working against you. But hey, you now have 165 Earth years to work on meeting your New Year's resolution. Does North Face or Patagonia have any sales? You should check, simply because your new planet is an absolute popsicle. Living on Neptune brings constant temperatures below -300°F. Being billions of miles away from the sun means little to no light or heat. Plus, any heat you do enjoy comes from processes in your new world's interior. And that ain't much. Yet, believe it or not, the cold is not your worst enemy. Clocking the fastest winds in the solar system, Neptune is our cosmic Chicago. Wind speeds on Neptune can reach a frantic 1,500 miles per hour. In other words, even your breezes can surpass the speed of sound. Made of ever-changing and horrific storm systems, your planet is one gigantic hurricane. Traveling from region to region, winds, temperature, pressure, and precipitation can all change within the blink of an eye. Ultimately, living on Neptune will require constant attention to forecasts. Yet they will read deadly 99.9% of the time. Finally, like most outer planets, you may notice diamond raindrops. Complex weather and chemical composition in your atmosphere are to blame. Lightning turns carbon atoms into coal-like materials. Ultimately, your frigid temperatures and high pressures squeeze the materials into chunks of diamond. Basically, add an expensive helmet to your travel checklist. Have you often wished, if only the holiday seasons were 300 degrees colder? Do you sometimes say, I wish this year would last for 60,000 days? Would successfully flying a kite made of pure steel make you happy? Do you just want to be a balding, overweight, and sloth-like baby that has to wear 15 layers and iron boots to leave the house? Well, living on Neptune is life for you. However, with blood-freezing temperatures and bone-breaking winds, leaving the house is unlikely. Even NASA has only sent one mission close to Neptune. Before you load up your parka and journey 2.7 billion miles, you may want to sleep on it.